Welcome to our Quick Label QL-300 tutorial on replacing the slack sensor assembly. The slack sensor tells the printer when labels are coming in. If the label is moving and the sensor is not activated or broken, the printer will show error number 391. Let's take a look. Open the top cover of the unwinder. Remove the cutter unit. The slack sensor is located right here. This sensor can break due to improper cutting or improper label removal. This sensor tells the printer when labels are coming in. Here are some indications that the slack sensor may be causing an issue. You may see error 391. For more information on that, please see our previous tech support video titled QL-300 Tech Support Paper Jam Error 391. The sensor might be the cause of your issue if you send a print job and the label only moves about 4 or 5 inches. It will send an error message and you can diagnose the issue further from there. Now let's learn how we can solve paper jams correctly to avoid breaking the sensor. When you have a paper jam in this area, the best way to solve it is to cut the label along here and open the feed rollers and then remove the cutter unit. Now the label can slide out like this without damaging the slack sensor. Any labels that are left inside the printer need to be pulled forward with the print direction. Now let's learn how to replace the slack sensor assembly. We're going to put the parts back into place so we can begin the process from the start. And before you start working on your machine, please make sure that you power off your printer. Now that we've powered off the printer, we're going to remove the unwinder. To remove the unwinder, we need to remove these 3 screws, 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom over here on the left side. Open the top cover and remove the cutter unit. Now close the top cover again. Now that you've removed the screws, you can lift up the unwinder and place it on its side. Open the top cover before you begin the next step. And before you remove the knobs, unscrew these 4 screws. In order for us to remove the slack sensor assembly, we're going to remove this cover right here on the side of the unit. To remove this cover, we're going to first remove these 3 knobs. In order to remove the knobs, you have to pop out the little washers first. We recommend using a tool like this, or you can use a flathead screwdriver as well. Pop out the first washer here, and make sure to cover it with your finger to avoid losing the washer. And it's out. Remove the knob and take out the small black roller. Make sure that you keep all of the components together so you can put them back properly after you're done. Now remove the second washer. Pull the knob out. Notice these 2 pins. There's one under each knob. Make sure you take out the pins and keep the correct pin with the corresponding knobs. Remove the final washer and pull the knob away. Keep an eye on this small spring. The flat side of the spring goes down first. In order to release this lever, you need to press the white toggle and move the lever to a horizontal position. And now you can easily remove the side cover. Remove these 2 screws to pull the slack sensor assembly away. And remove the screw on the back of the unwind unit. Now we can remove the slack sensor assembly unit. Open this white tab to remove the cord. Now use a screwdriver to push this toggle down so you can remove the sensor connection. Once the purple wires are free, you can now move over to the other side. Set the unwind unit upright again. Now remove the slack sensor assembly. The wires should be moving freely through the unit. Get your new slack sensor assembly and feed the wires through this opening. Reattach these two screws. And now run the wires back through the tabs, just as they were before. Put the screw back into the unwinder. Put the side plate on, and screw the 4 screws in just as they were before. Use the little white pull tab here. Bring the tension roller down. It's important that you place the spring against the edge and inside the slot on the tension roller arm. Now we'll put the large knob onto the roller arm. It's important that you hook the edge of the knob like so. Let's take another look from a different angle. The bottom part hooks on first. Put the washer back on. Feel free to use pliers if you like. Make sure that you have all of the correct pieces in order to reassemble the unit properly. First, insert the pin into the hole. Now, add the little black roller into place, and then finally put the blue knob on top and put the washer back into place. Make sure that you have all of the correct pieces for the final part of the assembly. Insert the pin, but make sure not to push it all the way in, just a little bit. Now put the blue knob on and use pliers to reattach the washer. Test to ensure that all of the knobs and arms work well. Close the lid. Turn the unit upright and reattach the unwind unit to the QL-300 printer. Ensure that the unwind unit is flush with the printer. Now reattach these 3 screws. Put the cutter unit back into the unwind unit and test that all of the knobs are working properly. And that's it. Now you know how to replace the slack sensor assembly on your quick label QL-300. If you have any questions, please contact tech support or visit us online at astronovaproductid.com.